What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Right, we're gonna give people time to get in. We'll kick it off at the 2 minute mark. Let's see. Everybody, welcome in. We're gonna get here started. When you enter in, can you hit the like button, please? Give us a wave. Let us know you're here. Looking forward to the conversation. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. You see the title. You see the title. You heard the reports. You seen the news. UPS, they announced pretty much they're going to cut Amazon volume by 50% by the end of next year, 2026. So we're going to talk about it. All right. Like I said, once you come in, if you can please hit the like button, give us a wave, let us know you're here, and we're going to start the conversation off right. All right, guys. We got our memberships open. So if you want to get a membership, there's a link on every video on the channel. You can check out the link and get more information on the memberships. We appreciate all the support from everybody here supporting Brick Dot Media, and we're going to go ahead and get started. You see the title, all right? So the CEO announced the fourth quarter earnings. It was mixed earnings, but mostly not good. The stock tanked, right? People panicking. I have some people in here that possibly could be in here that ask questions on other videos about what I think is going to happen and all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about that today. But the stock took a hit, as well as the Amazon stock and FedEx stock took a hit as well. But they announced that by the second half of 2026, they're going to cut Amazon volume by half or by 50%. And I think there's a bigger play here, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but I believe there's a bigger play. All right, we'll get to that. If you have any questions for me, you can ask. I'll reply. I'll try to answer all the questions. Not sure how long we're going to be on here, but I'll try to answer everything. So this is twofold, right? The Amazon part, as far as I do believe Amazon is trying to have a grip hold on UPS because ultimately we know it is a competition. And a lot of people panicking who work for UPS believe that, hey, look, Amazon is going to take over one day. So part of my theory, it has something to do with Amazon possibly trying to take over. And they're inching closer and closer to delivery dominance. And we're going to talk about that. So that's one part of it. You still have the SurePost issue lingering. And I believe that's a part of it as well. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I have a question. Should I make this color hoodie available? Let me know in the chat because it's not available right now, but this is one of my favorite ones. I really, really love it. I wear it more than any other one. Besides the brown one that I wear at work, I wear this one more than any other color. I really like this color. But let me know if I should make this available. Brick Dot Squad, Brick Dot Media Squad. Yes, that's an awesome name for the community. I really, really like that. Bomb Squad for short. What's up, King Art? How's it going, my man? Glad to see you here, brother. Glad everything's good with you. And welcome in. Welcome in. JDC, yeah, Bomb Squad sounds crazy. BOM Squad, Bricked Out Media Squad, Bomb Squad. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you go over to the memberships, you'll see the Bomb Squad is on the title of pretty much all of the memberships. But hey, check those out. Like I said, a link is on every video on the channel in the description. So check that out. Let me know what you think. And we have some perks in there. So check out those perks and let me know what you think, right? Yeah, it's nice. I like this one. And I have bricks on both sleeves. So all of the hoodie orders that we have right now that we've been doing for the past, 8 to 10 months, I put bricks on the left sleeve. In fact, we just shipped some out last week. But I put I put it on both of my sleeves. But I like it. I like it. At least on the left sleeve. They automatically go on the left sleeves. But if you want it on both sleeves, if you do an order, just let me know. I can put it on both sleeves. But the left sleeve is standard. All right. But hey, let me know if y'all like this color. We might make it available. We might. If there's enough demand, we'll make it available. All right. Thanks for all the likes, guys. Thanks for all the likes. Now, back to this Amazon issue. And I believe it's an issue because you have to do something. So if you have inaction as far as management, UPS, and executives, if you do nothing, I think that it hurts you if you do nothing because obviously the inevitable is going to happen. And what you don't want from a corporation standpoint is another corporation that's possibly trying to get market share over you. You don't want them to have too much control. So let's say Amazon is 11% revenue and volume for UPS. That gives them a stronghold on a company. So basically, if that 11% either stays the same or goes higher, you have more control of the company. So if you want to take them down, you have a better position to take them down versus if you only had 2% of the business with that company. So I believe that if you do nothing over time, from an executive standpoint, I think it hurts the company and it makes you more vulnerable. Now, I do believe there's a bigger play, and we'll get to that in a second. But that part about the 11% is actually closer to 12% of revenue and volume. That's a lot. If you're trying to take your opponent down and you control them by over 10%, I think that's a hit if you decide to, make bigger moves, which I think Amazon is currently doing and plans to do in the future. How do I feel about Carol? Um, like I don't feel anything. Like I really don't. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? So I dip and dabble in the private Facebook groups. There's a few public ones which they really not that good, but the private Facebook groups when it comes to like UPS people, whatever, management, non-management, whatever, um, there's a lot of negativity. And before she was CEO, there was negativity, not towards the CEO, but there's always negativity in there. And I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't get it. So I don't I don't feel anything about her. I don't think anything. I know she's hired to do a job, and ultimately most of her compensation is based on the success of the company. So I don't know. I see a lot of people say in those groups on Facebook say like, "Hey, look, she's tanking the company on purpose." I disagree with that because if my job was performance based, it doesn't make any sense for me to sabotage my job or like to sacrifice my pay. So I need to make moves in order for me to get a better bonus, a bigger raise, not the opposite. So I don't know if that logic makes sense. That logic doesn't make sense to me as far as the people that say, oh, she's taking the company on purpose or she's trying to take it under. Like that doesn't make sense. And so I look at what's going on. I know a person is hired to do the job. I do understand as well, and a lot of people don't understand this. Not saying you don't, but a lot of people don't understand that is not the only one making decisions, right? There's a board of directors. Obviously, we know the corporation model. There's a board, and together with her and the people right under her, you have the board, and they all have to make decisions. And each of those board members, they have a say so, and they're in different fields. You know, you have one of the board members. He's in the medical field. He's an executive in the medical field, and so as far as the UPS healthcare, like that's his expertise as far as trying to get more revenue in the healthcare sector. And so the idea with a corporation is not just one person making decisions. So it's a group of people making decisions, and so it's never just one person. Now, if we want to talk about, oh, well, the board sucks, or if somebody want to say, hey, the board sucks, I mean, they can. I mean, I'm not saying it's true or not, but it's not just one person making decisions. And so I don't feel anything. I hear a lot of people saying what they say, and obviously everybody's going to have their own opinion, which, everybody has one. Is cool. But at the same time, I do not believe that a person is trying to sabotage the company on purpose because their compensation is directly affected. Because we go to work as UPS workers, drivers, management, non-management, doesn't matter. We go to work, and if we happen to do a bad job on a particular day or a particular week, we still get paid the same. If she does a bad job, or even the board doesn't really do a good job at making decisions, their pay is affected. And so I don't think people do that on purpose as far as trying to taint the company, which I hear a lot of that. I see it. Sometimes I comment, I just ignore it a lot of times, but I don't feel anything about her. But I do make observations. I know the old CEO, it wasn't this much issues about the old CEO as it is now with Carol. I don't know why that is. I have I have theories on why that is, but you know, and also I commented on a post in one of these groups on Facebook on yesterday, and I was just um, grabbing for the low hanging fruit, like that's easy. So if everyone is on this one person about, oh, I don't like this, and this person's fault. If everybody jumps on that one person, it's easy for other people just to jump on the low hanging fruit. Like it's easy instead of deep diving and see what's really going on and trying to understand the structure and how decisions are made. So I just think it's just easy for people just to say, "Oh, well, Carol sucks." I mean, I don't agree with that, but it's easy for a lot of people. And then so I actually asked a person yesterday. I said, "Okay, so now what? Let's say she does suck, and let's say she is doing bad stuff on purpose to the company or sabotaging the company. Now what?" I don't think they replied, but like I don't know. It's just kind of crazy with some people a voice, which a lot of the stuff is not fair. A lot of the stuff might be justified. I don't know. All right. So King Art says, so 50% is a lot. Do you think it will be layoffs? Okay. So back to the Amazon situation. We have talked about the SurePost and how we're not giving that back to USPS, and UPS actually on January 13th went up on SurePost rates. And so it tells you right there that they understand that the rates were cheap. And then so now that we have to deliver the stuff, we need to make sure we're compensated for it. So yes, the 50% is set to be cut by second half of next year, 2026. And do I think there'll be layoffs? Maybe, but the layoffs that were already in line, I think those are going to stay in line. But with the SurePost volume and them going up on the rates, they understand that, hey, the SurePost isn't going anywhere. We're going to have to keep it. We're going to just go up on the rates and get compensated for those packages. And so I do believe, and probably not 100%, but the SurePost volume may offset, half of the Amazon volume that will be gone by next year. I do believe at least most of it's going to be offset. And so in the meantime, between now and when Amazon is going to start getting cut or reach that 50% threshold, are they going to have to hire more drivers or more personnel to get those packages delivered before they start scaling back on Amazon? Like, that's the question, right? So we'll see. We'll see. But I know the 50% is not going to happen right away. I know they're going to be a gradual decline. Amazon is not going to like that because they rely on UPS, for that volume to be delivered. And so, like, now they're going to have to pivot. I don't think they're going to go back to FedEx and the USPS. They pretty much have all they can handle. I mean, they're laying off people right now, too. And so Amazon's going to have to beef up their delivery network because UPS saying, well, we're not taking it all. So it's going to be some decisions to be made. But I do think it could be the right move for UPS to limit the Amazon stuff because that stuff is cheap. That stuff is cheap. So would it be layoffs? Maybe, but maybe not as much as previously anticipated because of the SurePost offset. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's what I believe. Jay Allen, what's happening? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for being here, Jay Allen. We appreciate you. Yeah, so King Art, yeah. And so I believe that too. I believe the bigger play is I think you see what I'm thinking. And I was trying to slow roll it, but I do think the bigger play here is to use this opportunity to leverage Amazon to get more money for their packages or to negotiate an increase. So if Amazon is put in a situation, right, where they can't afford for UPS to drop that 50%, they might say, okay, well, negotiations, let's try to negotiate rates and we'll give you more, or we'll negotiate an increase to pay you more because we actually need your services. And so it could be a chess move by UPS to say, look, instead of just asking, and we don't know, they could be asking for a rate increase behind the scenes. We don't know. But instead of, in public just asking for a rate increase, let's say, hey, we're going to just cut you by 50%. But we can come to the table and negotiate, but initially we're going to cut you 50%. And so that could be the bigger play here. And so it might make Amazon, hey, come back to the table, because if you realize that you won't have to, because Amazon is going to have to exert more resources in order to get that volume delivered, on their own. Because like I said, they can't go back to FedEx and USPS. They have enough. And so, and I mean, a lot of the stuff that we deliver for Amazon, we have it because, a lot of the bigger stuff, we have it because USPS, they can't deliver it because it's too heavy. And they don't want to inundate the Amazon vans with those deliveries. And so a lot of the Amazon that we have, we deliver because like they can't handle it. And so like that's going to be a big one. So Amazon, I'm sure they're thinking about it and saying like, look, we might have to increase those rates. So I think that's just a bigger play here. It seemed like a chess move to me. I might be wrong, but it definitely, I think that's the bigger play here. I think there's a bigger play here. So yeah, moral of the story is they do need to offer us more money. And if they do make an offer, will UPS take it? Will it be enough? And so we have to ask ourselves the question, you know, what is the big play here? And so I think that's what it is. Whenever stuff comes up and I see people react based on what they feel or how they feel about a situation, sometimes it's important for us to kind of like sit back and try to really think about, okay, maybe it's not what's in my face. Maybe it's not what's just on a news story. Maybe it's something deeper, and allow ourselves to think deeper and say like, okay, well, what's the next move for anybody? Like, how would this benefit UPS? How would this benefit, Amazon, or not benefit Amazon? So like, I think a lot of people get into their emotions and they react, which is, we're human beings. We're going to react. But I just think the bigger play here is to put the company in a better position. Now, the margins, she talked about the margins when with packages. Like a lot of the Amazon stuff is low margin stuff, and You can get more money for it. You can obviously help the margins, but at the same time, it's just like you want to have, if you have a whole lot of packages with lower margins, it seems like the board and UPS management, they believe that less packages with higher margins supersedes more packages with lower margins. And so if you run the numbers, it might make sense. But, the average person or the average, individual looking at this, they're not running numbers. They just know what they see, and it may or may not make sense to them. And so I always try to look at stuff objectively without any kind of, preconceived ideas or agenda and say, okay, well, does this make sense? Does the bigger play make sense? And, is what they're saying. You can take it with a grain of salt, or you can do more research and see what's going on. But, to me, in my opinion, the bigger play is to not to hinder Amazon, but to let them understand, one, you're not going to have all this market share over us, because if you're trying to take us down, we give you the opportunity, the more percentage you cover of our volume, one. And then two, like, we need more money for your packages. And so we'll see what happens. Um, the fourth quarter results, like I said, it was mixed, but mostly not good. And so the industry is tough. Uh, like FedEx is not doing well financially. I mean, it's a tough market right now. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. As you guys can see, we're in the hotel room right now. We came over to California for a few days, having a good time. Going to fly back to Texas tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow, fly back to Texas. And, but yeah, we're enjoying this weather in California right now. Let's see. It's 75 today. I think that's the temperature in Texas right now. But yeah, we're over here having a good time. Played some golf yesterday, had a golf lesson yesterday, and I'll possibly get back on the course today or maybe tomorrow before we leave. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know, King Art. Hey man, so what do you think? What do you think is the bigger play? You think that's the bigger play, or you think it's something else? Or let me know. Let me know. Thank everybody for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Oh man. Hey, we appreciate your art. We appreciate your art. Yeah, so we can we can touch this and do another part too, because as the days go by, reports are coming out, and so the whole job environment at UPS is a little weird right now because today is February 1st, and so I have looked over the country for job postings. It's not a whole lot out there, so it's probably going to be weird a little bit as far as the hiring and laying off. But I have had a few people hit me up, saying that, look, I was a seasonal driver this past, Christmas peak season, and they got hired on permanently. If you're in the chat, if you're in there watching this video and you were hired as a permanent driver and you were a seasonal, let me know, because just on yesterday, at least two people hit me up and say, hey, look, they hired me on permanent and I was seasonal, and it brought like two, three of us back from seasonal as permanent, which I think is great news. So if you're here watching this video, let me know you're here. You send me a wave. Let me know what's happening. It is all about money. It's always about money. Always. I can't think of a time when it's not about money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh yeah, income tax coming. Yeah, so that's a good point. Income tax coming, you're gonna start getting that furniture, those mufflers, all types of stuff. Bed frames, mattresses. Yeah, all the stuff that people do not want to go to the store and pick up, they have us deliver it. Yep. Yeah. I mean, in my center, we still struggling with the SurePost volume. I mean, not struggling, we covering stuff, but like we still having to extend. I want to say we extended our seasonal drivers to Wednesday, or this past Wednesday. So I'm not sure if they extended them more, but yeah, they were having to extend those peak season drivers, those seasonals, to work longer, past the 15th of January. So it's because of the SurePost volume, and we having to keep those extra routes in. And so I'm not sure if that's happening all around the country, but in my center, that's what's happening. Yep. Yeah, yeah. The income tax gonna go crazy. People gonna start buying stuff. It's gonna hold it up for a little while. But yeah, the SurePost, and I was trying to do some research. I was doing research. I was trying to see the SurePost volume, but I'm not able to get it. So I'm gonna keep looking because I'm curious to see what percentage of volume the SurePost is. And I know before when the post office still had the SurePost volume, we would still deliver SurePost. It was just the upgraded stuff. Or if UPS see like, okay, well we're already going to the stop, we're gonna go ahead and go ahead and deliver this instead of taking it to the post office. So I'm still trying to figure out the SurePost volume in the UPS network. I'm still working on it, but as soon as I find that, I will let you guys know. All right. The room place closed. It was a furniture store. So many brick and mortar stores closing. I'm not worried. Yeah, like the brick and mortar, a lot of brick and mortar stores have been closing over the past 6 or 7 years because of Amazon. I mean, Amazon, it makes it convenient, and I do not like Amazon. I think Amazon is great. It's just that a lot of brick and mortar mom and pop stores have suffered as a result of the convenience that Amazon provides. Even though the Prime membership it goes up every year, it's convenient, it's fast. Like it's a great product. If I want to order a desk right now, I can pull up my phone and I could get a desk here in a day or two, maybe 3 days max, right? And so it's just like I don't have to go drive down the street, to the mom and pop's joint and buy the desk. It's kind of crazy. Or drive to Office Depot or Office Max or whatever like that to get the desk. I could just have it at my doorstep in a couple of days, put it together, and I'm good. So, um, like it's sad, but it's business. So yeah, Amazon is crazy, but I mean I like Amazon, but I don't know who doesn't because it's super convenient. If you want to win people over, you just need to make things easier for them. You know, you know, talk to them nicely and make it easier for them, and make their lives easier, and maybe do something for them here and there. Throw them a sale or something. And people will love you. Darren Jarvis say, "What do I think about closing 10% of facilities?" Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, 10% seems to be a lot of facilities. Um, but I think it just increased the margins. I mean, if those facilities, let's say in those facilities, the volume has went down, let's say 20%, and you see where you can move that operation to a nearby facility that has the capacity, you know, to have those operations that still lingering in the facility that lost the 20%, you probably be able to make up some of the margins on that. Now, I don't like the fact that you know, some jobs gonna be lost, but at the same time, it's just like if you keep that facility open, you probably still gonna have layoffs. But if you close that facility and move the operations to a nearby facility, then you can help with the margins, but you're still going to probably have layoffs, which you would have like already with the facility that's struggling with volume. So, like, I don't like it because of the job situation, but if it's going to increase margins, like, I think it's a good move. I mean, because running a facility that has lost volume um, is expensive. So I hope that answered the question. So hopefully those people don't lose their jobs. Hopefully they're able to follow the work, and also they can still have job availability in the new facility in which they move to. All right, King R said we just moved into a new facility here in Chicago in Bridgeport area. I would hate to lose it, man. So yeah. So how long y'all been there? The facility I'm in, what we in 2025? It opened up in 2018. I mean, brand new. It's an automated building. It's really nice. Um, they are making right now. They're installing an E-reg belt. So instead of us having E-reg trains that's driving throughout the building, they made an E-reg belt. It's not done yet, but they're making those changes right now. So I don't think they will close our facility down because we're pretty busy, and so and plus they're still making changes, like making it better. Um, so yeah. So how long you been in that new facility? I'm curious. Am I in Miami right now? No, we're in California. We're in Palm Springs, California right now. I know it looks like mine with the banana. That's the banana tree. Is that a banana tree? Yeah. Yeah, we're in California right now. Oh, you've been in there 2 years? Yeah. So hopefully, is it an automated building or was it a existing facility? Oh, you say new facility, so I'm guessing it's automated. Is it? Yeah, we're not in Miami. Yeah, we're in California. We'll be in Miami in June. Yeah, we'll be in Miami in June for a day or two before we go on a cruise. But I like Miami to visit. Um, I don't like staying too long in Miami, but it's cool. Been here in California. Flew out here Thursday. Yeah, so I took off Thursday and Friday. My first two option days. Used those two, and yeah, I normally don't use option days in January, but this was a special event, so I had to use them. Probably won't use another option day probably until because I'm on vacation in March, so I probably won't use another option day probably till like May, maybe like the end of May or something like that. I like to hold on to those. I don't think it's automated yet. We have a lot of loaders, a lot of part time. Yeah, so yeah, we still like even though we're an automated facility, we still have a lot of loaders. It's just like when the packages when they come out of the truck, they go upstairs and they kind of get scanned and moved around. Like that's the automation part of it, but it also comes down to the loaders. We still got loaders and stuff like that, so it's uh it's called an automated facility, but it's still a lot of people work on a preload. You never seen an automated build? Yeah, I have. I want to say I have two videos on the channel that kind of gives you an idea of like we have like the third floor is where all the belts at, the automated belts, and they just move stuff around. So I have two videos on this channel. You check it out. It kind of gives you an idea. They have cameras and like the weigh stations and all of that stuff, and the stuff get piled upstairs. I have two. In fact, I actually I recorded two more videos last month. I might go ahead and post those as well. It's kind of like a little mini tour of the upstairs. You kind of see how it works. And those belts are fast. They move really fast. They move really fast. But it's pretty cool. I like going up there because it's not a lot of people. You might have like three or four of the people up there, just to make sure anything doesn't go wrong. But it's really, really cool to watch. The belts, they fly. They throw the pads on the packages. It's like a pneumatic little system. It kind of throws the pads on the packages as they go around the corner. And it's actually pretty cool stuff. And it's loud too, but it's pretty cool. I guess it's the building I started at, like the pickers, the people that would have to, push the packages over and stuff like that. And I told this story before on this channel where the picker that was near my preload area, because I was loading at the time, like he would always be on his phone. He'd be falling asleep and stuff like that. So he'd be missing packages. He miss a package to go around the building two or three more times until it comes back. So I guess UPS was like, you know what, we're about to not have to need pickers, and we're going to just make it automated. But yeah, those automated buildings are crazy. I want to say there's only a handful in the United States. I know Georgia has one. I want to say in Atlanta. I believe there's one in Arizona. We have ours in Texas, and I believe there's one in the Dallas area as well. But it's only a handful of them, but it's pretty cool technology. It's pretty cool technology. Mhm. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're back. Just a housekeeping, trying to housekeep. She came early. I told her 1 o'clock. So right now it's 11:30. So I know she got to get busy. But hey, any questions for me, guys? Any questions? Anything that I could help with? Let me know. Let me know. We still have we still have the hoodies available. They're still 20% off right now. So instead of 49.99 and 39.99. So you can get to the store on the channel. You'll see it. It'll pop up. But the hoodies are still 20% off, and I want to say the tees are still 10% off. But if you spend over $50, then we'll give you free shipping. So um, that's still available. I had to put out two big orders before I left Texas, and I have a few to fulfill once I get back to Texas. But they are still available, and I said I will make a blue available February 1st. I have to upload the images, and we'll get that to rocking. Any other questions for me? We thank everybody for being here. We may let's see, we may do another live tonight. We might be here tonight. Yeah, we'll see. I'll upload the schedule, and we'll get to cracking. So if you have any questions in the meantime, just hold off because I like to reply to the comments. Recently, I've been unable to reply to all of them, but I do try to reply as much as possible and be efficient as I can. So, but it's very much way easier to reply on a live stream if you have a question. So, if you have a question, leave a comment. I'll try to reply. If not, I say, hey, look, join the live stream because it's other people that might have the same question. We can knock out two in one, or five in one, or 10 in one, right? Yeah, Darren Jarvis. Hey, I appreciate you being here. There's a lot of things going on. You're right, and we're gonna talk about it. And it doesn't matter what it is, as far as UPS or Amazon. Man, the post office, they got a lot of stuff going on over there too. Um, but I try to leave that for those people that's talking about USPS because I don't know much about it. I just know what I hear and what I see. But they have issues going on over there, so as it relates to UPS, whatever issues come up, we're gonna talk about it. And my opinions and views are my opinions and views, and I do try to relate to everybody, and I try to look at things objectively to try to see like, okay, well, does this make sense? And so I'm never gonna come on here with radical emotional views. There's no really need to get mad about anything. It just everything is what it is. And so, but I think it's a distraction and it's a disservice to everybody, every one of you guys, for me to come on here and act out of emotion and say, you know what, well, I don't like this and this is why. But I rather come on here objectively and say, you know what, let's not overreact, but let's see what makes sense, right? I just think looking at things logically is going to benefit everybody. And so I do try to stay away, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest. I do try to stay away from those private groups on Facebook because it's toxic, like straight up. I don't know if any of you here are in those groups, and you might know what I'm talking about if you join those groups and you see the posts, you see the comments, and you might get a random post on there about, I don't know, the latest topic or whatever, and you might get like 300 comments. And out of those 300 comments, man, it'd be like 80% negative, like people telling people what to do, people calling names, making memes on people. It's just not cool. So I do try to stay away from that type of stuff, but at the same time, I use it for content. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's funny the way people act sometimes, and we know like we're all humans, and like we're gonna react, we're gonna be emotional. I get it, right? But I use that stuff for content, and I don't really have time to go back and forth with people. I have to stop myself sometimes because like I don't think being online, being combative online and going back and forth with people is productive. So if this is productive to you guys, which I think it is, like I think this is the way we should rock. And I'm not saying don't be involved in any other thing going on, but I just feel like if we both going back and forth, or two people going back and forth, you're not gonna change this person's mind, and this person's not gonna change this person's mind, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and forth all day, and it's gonna be unproductive. And what's the end result? Nothing. You yelling, I'm yelling, like y'all mad at each other, y'all don't even know each other. And so like I think that's a waste of time, waste of energy. Versus being say, hey, you know what? Let me try to understand what you saying, and once you understand what I'm saying, and we kind of come, okay, well, I disagree, and that's cool. But I just figure like a lot of the name calling in those groups, and a lot of the slander, the back and forth, and all that stuff, the negativity. I'm like, who has time to sit up there and reply back and forth with somebody like all day? You know? So I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining, and I just use it for content. I think it's cool. Yeah, you're right. Facebook groups are toxic and not good. Yeah, man. Like I see a post, it was posted like 5 hours ago, and it was about the CEO and all of that stuff, and it had like 300 comments, and so I kind of just scroll, whatever. It's just all like, man, name calling, all kind of stuff. It's just like I'm not sure what that does. Like if I'm gonna get on a post and I'm gonna say something negative about somebody, right? Me, I don't get the satisfaction somebody would get, or somebody would enjoy by just saying a negative comment about somebody. Like I don't know, like to me, like I don't get it, but maybe I'm off. I don't know, but I just don't get it because I mean, does it make people feel better? I don't know. like like I don't get the advantage, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. So like I said, I just look at it, I laugh, and sometimes I have to pull back because like I might reply, and then I get a reply back like in 2 seconds. And I'm like, damn. And I said, you know what? Nah, I gotta go do something else because I'm not gonna, you know, I choose not to. I'd rather take the information, and I'll just come here and use it as content, and we'll talk about it, and we'll have a civil conversation about it, and look at it logically and see how it's gonna help our lives and how it's not gonna help our lives. But enough of me rambling. We could be back tonight. We're probably gonna go ride some bikes, maybe play a little golf, and we'll get into some stuff, and We could be back tonight. I'm thinking I'm 2 hours back. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hey, thanks. Oh, King Art, if it bleeds, like, yeah, man, people be wanting blood, yo, straight up. Like, look, I need to say a hard liner to you to make you cry. That's how people be thinking, man. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I don't. It's rough in those streets, straight up. You know. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the engagement. We appreciate it here at Brick Dot Media. Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad. You guys rock. Y'all are the best. And I don't know where I would be without you guys. So I appreciate everything. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Brick Dot Media. We out of here.